probably already caught on that I got married and I look young, so you've probably put a lot of things together already if you've been watching my channel at all. Obviously you know more than that. But my husband and I got married July of this past year, July 1st, and I thought I would talk about my wedding. I've been watching a lot of Ellie and Jared's videos today, and I'm watching their video right now about their 5-year anniversary, and I think it'd be really fun to talk about my wedding now, because the older I get, I know I'll forget some things, and so I think it'd just be fun to talk about it now. My husband and I have been married for a little over 5 months, and so I just thought I would talk about it. I'm sorry if this is really long. If it is, I'll make it in 2 parts or something, because I just really want to talk about it, sit down, and just share the experience. So hopefully the lighting's okay too. I'm using a lamp. Anyway, so I got married, like I said, July 1st of this past year. My husband and I got engaged May 31st of last year, 2015, and we got married July 1st, 2016. So it was, what is that, about a month, a day, or no, a year, a month, and a day or so, something like that, for an engagement. And so it was a little over a year, and originally it was going to be about a year and a half, a year and 8 months, and so it wasn't going to be until February of next year, which is so crazy to think about, and where it would be right now and what life would be like. It would be totally different. But anyway, so my husband and I got married on July 1st. I didn't feel that nervous up until the day. Even that morning I was just very calm, very excited, and it was all surreal. I didn't really, I don't know, it didn't really hit me until that day. Later on, even, as I was in the morning, my sister came and picked me up, and her, my dad, and I were together for the last time before I got married, and it was just kind of nice to have that, and it's so emotional. I don't know, I didn't expect this, but so my sister picked me up, and she took me to the salon that I got my hair and makeup done at, and my friend from high school, one of my best friends from high school, did it. Her name's Jacqueline, and so anyway, we were early, so we went to Jamba Juice, which I'd never been there before. I still haven't been there since then, but I love it. I got the citrus kick because I was like, I'm gonna need some like vitamin C and just like everything. Hanging out, my friend brought me my friend Bethany, I believe, brought me a Starbucks. I don't remember what drink it was, but it was delicious, and it was just such a good day. I can't even, like, I don't know, it's just it was so fun. So I got my hair done and my makeup done, and it took an hour or two, I think it was 2 hours, and yeah, it was just all really good. So then I was getting nervous towards the end, not nervous, but so I got married at a park, and we didn't get the park until the day of the wedding. We didn't get to do anything with it. So people started showing up around like 10 or 11, I think it was, and so I wasn't getting there until my appointment ended at noon. My appointment was from 10 to noon, and all my bridesmaids and stuff got their hair done at that time as well. So anyway, at noon is when my appointment ended, and so I knew that I would be getting there after that. And so my friend Anna, my sister had to leave at one point as soon as she was done to go help set up. And so my friend Anna, one of my bridesmaids, drove me, and I was getting really nervous because I knew it was like 12:20 or something. I was like, I just want to get there and just be there. And so I remember, I think I was on my phone. I don't remember if I was texting people or what, but I was just so nervous and excited, but I felt a lot better once we got in the car. So thank you, Anna, for driving me. That was awesome. I don't think she even watches these, but whatever, maybe someday she will. And so Anna drove me to the park, and everyone was setting up. I don't remember many details exactly. We were a candle or two short for our centerpieces, so my matron of honor and best friend Kenna went and got some more candles. Thank you so much, Kenna. That was awesome. And so I'm just name dropping everybody here, but anyway, so she was so helpful and did that. We were getting everything set up. We had Jimmy John's for lunch. My mom bought Jimmy John's, and because it was just quick and easy for everyone to eat, and so we had that for lunch. And shortly thereafter, we got married at 3, but it felt like just right after that, or not long after, we started well, no, we had the rehearsal, that's what it was. So we had our rehearsal like an hour before it happened. The rehearsal started at 2, the wedding started at 3, and so I'm so nervous just thinking about it. I was so nervous then, but so we did the rehearsal. My dad and I walked down the aisle and all that stuff, and it was just a really good day. A lot of friends and family were there already helping set up and things like that, or just arriving early, doing whatever they could. And my father-in-law made German potato salad, hot German potato salad for part of our meal, which was really good. That was special. And at the time, my mom and his dad were having health issues, so it was it was kind of hard for them. They each had their own issues, but they were there. So after the rehearsal, right away, it was like 2:30, wedding started at 3, I had to go get my dress. I'm so nervous thinking about this. I was a nervous wreck. I'm just going to say it like that. I was a nervous wreck until it started, and then I calmed down. My husband and I, though, we were standing there with our arms, like, you know, holding each other, and I just remember my knees kept locking because I felt like he was, like, pulling me away, and so I had to, like, lean forward, and so I had to lock my knees, and I knew that if you lock your knees, you might end up passing out and, like, falling over or something, and so, like, I don't think locking your knees makes you pass out, but it, like, would have made me fall over. I don't really know the details. I'm so nervous thinking about this, I don't know why, but, anyway, so my knees kept locking, I kept trying to relax, and the wind kept blowing my veil over this way, and so the way we were angled and stuff, all of my side of the family, that they didn't really have to sit that way, but all the people anyway on this side, all my friends and family over there, they couldn't really see me, and I felt bad, so I kept trying to, like, do that, but I didn't want to unhold hands with my husband, and, like, there's just some things like that that were really small and tiny, didn't matter, but I felt kind of bad. But anyway, one of my friends showed up late, my sister's fiance showed up late. I remember watching them walk in. That was kind of funny. I mean, it was a park, it was very chill. I saw them, like, it was just all open and stuff, but it was a park, and there was the building, which is where we had our reception, and then like a porch or whatever, patio thing, deck, whatever you want to call it, and then there was a pond right next to it, so that was really nice. So it's just a big long pond, the deck and the building attached together, and so anyway, it was just a really great time. Everything went smoothly in the ceremony. My husband and I did the cord of 3 strands, and I just made my own. This was a lot cheaper than buying anything online. Online things cost like $80 to $100 for similar versions of this. So I did my own version, and this cost like tops $40 compared to like $100, $115 or $20 by the time you had shipping. So it cost like a third of what other ones did. So we did the cord of 3 strands, which symbolizes the colors don't really have much significance, but you can say, like, me, my husband, and God are all intertwined, and without God we wouldn't be the same. And there's like some scripture to go with it. I can link that down, or I can share that info or whatever if you. So we did that. We had communion. That was our first thing we did as a married couple. We had already, I think we already had signed our marriage license, or actually the way it worked for us, we got married out of state, and so it was different than it would have been in state. So anyway, we did all that, and then we got pictures, and then we went back to our reception, and it was fun because we got stuck in the parking lot a lot because we went to take pictures. There's, you know, the building, the deck, then there's the parking lot, and so we went past the parking lot to take pictures, and when we came back, people were walking into the reception, and so they were, like, talking to us a lot, and so it was funny. It was hard to get back to the reception and actually in the building in time to eat. And so we went back to the building. We did not ask anyone to give a speech or anything, just to make it easier on them. The building was packed. We invited way more people than we should have, and a lot of people did show up. So the building was packed, and we had tables and chairs outside on the deck as well. But anyway, we didn't ask anyone to give speeches, just to make it easier, and especially with, like, people being outside, maybe not hearing and whatnot. We did have a sound system, but still. So anyway, my husband's best man gave a speech anyway. It was really nice, and ironically, that's the same way that things happened in my friend's wedding, my friend Kenna's. Her sister didn't end up giving a speech, her maid of honor, but the best man did at their wedding as well. Fun fact. But anyway, so it was just a good time, and then we had my husband's grandpa, the one who was sick this past summer right after our wedding. He did the prayer before we ate, and then we ate food, and it was amazing. I took way too much, and I remember going to the bathroom a couple times in my wedding dress, and it was so poofy, so big. It was great. But then I changed into my reception dress, and there was an issue. I don't think you can see it in too many of the pictures, not any of the professional ones, but I had my corset on, and you can totally see where that was. And then we went to take more pictures while I was in my reception dress, and I wanted to get coffee first because I was getting a sore throat from talking so much and all the nerves and everything. And so I went to get coffee and take a sip, and it spilled on my reception dress. And that was just such an issue, and so, or such, a big deal in my mind, but it wasn't huge, but it was just at first I was just oh my goodness, I just ruined my reception dress. It still to this day has coffee stains. I don't know what to do with it. I should get it dry cleaned, but anyway, besides that, my mom was looking for Tide pens, and she couldn't find them. She packed 2 of them. She's like, what were they stolen? I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I'm sure no one stole our Tide pens. It's fine. But anyway, so I just blotted it out as much as I could, and we took pictures, and you can't even tell in the pictures. My photographer, by the way, was my husband's sister, so my sister-in-law. She did an amazing job. I don't have all of my wedding pictures, which is what I was waiting for to do this video, but I have a lot of them, and I'll share them with you. They'll be in this video. Or at least some of them, and when I get more someday, maybe I'll just talk about the wedding more, or maybe I'll just make a video of them. I'm not sure, but I love them. She did an amazing job, and the only ones I'm waiting for are the details and the family photos. So really the only ones you guys are missing out on are the details. I probably won't share any of the family ones just because my family's in them. But yeah, and so it was all great, and the reception wound down quickly. It was dry, there was no dancing, so drier than no alcohol, and I mean, people could talk and walk around the park and enjoy their time, but honestly I realized there wasn't a ton to do, and so people left probably by 8:30 or 9, and my husband and I went out to our car, and there were balloons all over it, courtesy of my bridesmaids. Thank you, bridesmaids. We were picking those up a week later out of the car and stuff, because we popped them all before we drove, because we went on the expressway and we were like, we shouldn't go on the expressway with balloons. So anyway, then we went on our honeymoon, and I have a video about my honeymoon that I can link as well down below. You can go check it out. But yeah, my wedding was great. I loved it, everything about it. I wish I could have talked to people more. That was the hardest thing, is making our rounds to talk to people at the reception. We might have missed some people, and I'm sorry about that if we did. We didn't get to talk to people very much, and I feel really bad about that, but is this filming? Well, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. My camera quit on me, but understandably so. This is 2 parts, and thank you so much for watching. Sorry it was so long. I'll see you all later. Bye.